our top 10 games for Essen Spiel 2025.
Maybe a little bit more.
Thank you for joining us at Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Melissa Delp.
And I'm Kevin Delp. Today we are going to be talking about our top 10 plus more, maybe about 30.
Yes.
Just different categories for board games that will be at Essen Spiel 2025. That's the end of October over in Germany. We're sort of dividing this video into different categories. So games that we've played and games that we haven't played. That's why there's a little bit more than 10.
Yes, and these are games that we believe will be available to purchase. We aren't adding any of the demo games to this list.
All right, let's get started.
So we're starting out with games we have already played and would recommend. And we're going to start with number 10. Our number 10 is 12 Rivers from Good Games Publishing. This game has a little bit of a toy factor because it has marbles that are at the top and are going to be coming down this path. You're going to place your little blockers on different spots to stop the marbles, so then you can pull them and put them into your alpaca to eventually deliver to the villagers. So I enjoyed this one a lot.
This one was really cool to watch, and we did a whole playthrough of it, so you can check that out on our channel. I think it looks cool, but I think it plays well too with your collecting things and the alpacas. There's a lot of cute factor and the toy factor all going for it.
Yeah, and it still has some decent strategy too. It's kind of a casual plus game.
I'm also putting in this number 10 origin story now. We pulled a lot of games from the Board Game Geek list. I don't think Origin Story was on that list, so that's why I'm sort of adding it into our number 10. We've played this. This is from Stonemaier Games, but I do believe this will be at Essen Spiel, and we will have a full review video out coming shortly, if not already on our channel. Let's do number 9. Our number 9 is a Carnivore Did It from Horrible Guild. This is for 1 to 5 players. And it can really take as short or as long as you really want to play. There's different scenarios in this game. I should start off. This is a logic deduction game. Not a social deduction game, a logic deduction game. You are given a scenario and you have to figure out like who the culprits are, who's telling the truth, who's telling the lies. And the way they do that is really interesting because they have different animals that could be the culprits. And they are telling you things about like, the shark did it, or an herbivore did it, or things like that. And then you're sort of comparing the statements and figuring out, well, these two can't be both true if this one's true.
Right. So the scenario will let you know how many of the animals are lying, how many are culprits. And so you're using that information to deduce which ones are lying and ultimately which ones are the culprit.
The different scenarios, you're going to use these cards that have the different they say here's the number of cards to use, and then which ones you're going to place out on that given for that given game, and then tells you information about how many culprits there are, who's telling lies, and things like that. And then on the back, it tells you the answer. But there's a bunch of these in the deck or in the box.
And each of these each side has 25 scenarios. Yeah. So that is 100 on each card.
Yeah. So this is thousands.
For the logic deduction lover who likes puzzles.
Yeah, I think I heard somewhere it might be 4,000.
Wow. So. Yeah, I did not do the math to figure that out.
And we didn't say this, but they actually get harder as you progress through the cards. So eventually you're going to be like, there's 3 culprits, and 2 of the animals are telling the truth, and 3 of them are lying. They're like, oh no, then you have to really figure out all that kind of stuff. So I would put this less in a like game because it's just co-op, and you can be like, so let's do 2 or 3 scenarios, and more of like a fun activity.
Right, yes, because you're not playing against each other, you're working together.
And I would say, it says 1 to 5. 5 actually might be a little too many minds thinking about it, but I think 3 or 4 is fun. So, yeah, let's move to number 8. Our number 8 is Beasts. Our number 8 is Beasts. This is from Pandasaurus Games and is for 2 to 5 players and takes about 20 to 30 minutes to play. This is a card game. I really like the art in this one, but the gameplay is fun as well. You are working cooperatively, right? Mm-hmm. So you have a hand of cards, and most of them are numbered cards, and you're putting them down in different columns, and 3 different columns, and then that makes sort of a 3-digit number. And you're trying to make those numbers ascend, but where you place it? Are you placing your numbers in the hundreds column, or the tens, or the ones? And you're basically trying to go through the whole deck.
Now, this is a cooperative game with communication limits, so you're not able to talk to the other players about what you have, so you're trying to leave them opportunities to still be able to play a card as well. And there's a few more things going on that kind of throw a wrench into the plans, or that you have to plan for with some special beasts that come up.
But you can check out a full review video on our channel. Check that out. Number 7. We have Propolis from Flat Out Games. Now, this was kickstarted a while back. We've done some videos on it, so you've probably definitely seen this one on our channel. This is a bee worker placement game in a medieval village.
A bee medieval, that doesn't work.
But you are putting bees out on the main board and increasing your resource. So there's resource management, there's worker placement, there's some tableau building as you're collecting not only the resource, but collecting different cards, pollen cards plus building cards. And then there's also some engine building going on too.
Right, because the cards may give you discounts to getting other types of cards for certain resources. I'm going to put a quick plug in for Point Galaxy, which was also in that Kickstarter, which I think is my favorite of the Point games.
Oh, favorite of the Point games. Okay. Mm-hmm. I really like Propolis. I don't know if maybe the team hasn't liked it as much as I do, but I enjoy it. It's a small box game. It packs a lot. Plays pretty quickly. It's pretty quick to get to the table, so I enjoyed Propolis. All right, let's move to number 6.
Number 6.
We've got Thebai from Board and Dice. Board and Dice is known for putting out some good Euro strategy games. Mm-hmm. So they put a few out this year already, and Thebai is being released at Essen. We've done a full review video of this game. This is for 1 to 4 players. Probably takes an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Probably about 2.
Yeah, or once you know the rules, you can probably get it down to that 2-hour time frame. I would say this is like an action selection game. You're putting your citizens and hoplites out. Mm-hmm.
Using your citizen dice, and the number on the die shows its strength. So you're not rolling them, but you can upgrade them during the game. And putting them on actions on your board or out in the main board into the city area.
I found that interesting. If there's one thing I really like, is like, do I want to take, on my turn, do I want to take the actions that are on my board this turn, or do I want to do the one that are on the main board, and how do they interact with each other? So lots of good decision making on that. So.
Yeah, check out our review.
All right, number 5. Number 5.
So our number 5 is Covenant from Devir. It's for 1 to 4 players, and you are playing as dwarves that are digging in mines to get jewels. You're fighting off enemies like orcs and goblins. You're trying to get prestige in the court and delivering your resources. Basically, there are a lot of tracks in this game.
One of the things that I like about this game in Covenant, the dwarves can get upgraded throughout the game. So all your dwarves are level 1 at the very beginning, but they can get up to level 4, and they're little the little pawns are basically, they're flipping over. You're getting
little discs.
Yeah, little discs that are double-sided. So it's easy to see. And you're like, oh, this one's at level 2. I can do a 2 strength, or this one's at level 4. I can do a 4 strength. The more strength your dwarf has, the more he's going to be able to do on his turn. The strength sort of determines the level that he's going to be able. So if he goes and digs, he'll be able to get 4 gems if he's level 4 instead of 1 if he's level 1. So
yeah, and you basically get 4 actions each round, 3 rounds, so 12 turns. Yeah. But there is a lot to do and to consider in those turns.
That's Covenant from Devir. Let's move to the next number. Number 4. We've got Railroad Tiles from Horrible Guild. This is a tile laying game, sort of based off of their Railroad Ink line that they have. You're drawing tiles from a bag. You have a different tableau that you're drafting from for the different players, placing them in your own sort of building. And this is for 1 to 4 players if you have the base game, but
there's an expansion that brings it to 5, or the collector's big box, which has all of the expansions, also goes to 5 players. I really like it adding in an expansion to bring it to the next level.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. I would recommend if you like railroad tiles, just go for it all. Get the big. If you're at Essen, just get the big box. I'm not sure how you're going to ship it home, but maybe you can, figure that out. But yeah, railroad ties from Horrible Guild. Check out our video on that one. Number 3.
So our number 3 is Tag Team, and this is a 2-player game, which is not something that Kevin and I usually play. Mm-hmm. It's also a head-to-head kind of card battle.
Which is not our style. Normally.
Which again, is not our style of game, but the way it was implemented in this game was really interesting and fun, and like I enjoyed the puzzle aspect of having 2 different characters and their cards are in my deck, and as you build your deck throughout the game, you're not reshuffling it, so the order pretty much stays the same.
Yeah, I find this one really interesting, where the different characters you put together, how those powers work together to defeat your opponent. But it's not just, I'm just going to play my cards. It's, okay, did I figure it? Am I strategizing well to figure out, are they in the right order?
Right, and you're both kind of like war, simultaneously flipping the top cards. And the character that I attack from Kevin's is the one that he flipped. So I don't get to choose which character it attacks. It depends on which cards end up head-to-head.
Yeah. So there's a number of different characters that you can choose from and shuffle those 2 characters together. So even mixing and matching from game to game. So it's going to feel different each game. But I've heard there's more coming. So maybe check it out and ask them, what are the next ones that are coming down the line? All right, let's move to number 2. Number 2. We have Papyria. This is from Iron Games. This is a 1 to 4 player game that takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to play. Probably the more players is going to increase the time length. But this game is sort of a rondel worker placement, but action selection game.
Yeah, you're moving your pieces along this path, and you have choices of how far you go with limits. So it is kind of like
inner track. There's an inner track and there's an outer track. The boats are moving along one track and your people are moving around the outer track. Where they land determine what kind of things they're getting, whether they're building or resources or even scoring points or things like that. One of the things I find interesting in Papyria that just isn't in a lot of other games is when you get points, you may not. You get the number of points that you earn on that turn because your points are determined by how much knowledge you currently have. And I kind of like that. It sort of keeps there some checks and balances going as you're moving through the game.
Yeah, and it's not your total value of points that's limited. It's just the amount you can get for one scoring tile. Yeah. So, yeah, I enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
Check out our video for more of our thoughts.
So that's Papyria from Iron Games. Let's move to number 1. Oh, and if you're still watching, our Tantrum House Kickstarter Season 12 is still going live until Tuesday, October, I think, the 14th. So, yeah, I'd love for your support.
Get some promos. Number 1. So our favorite game that we have played and want to recommend is Ada's Dream from Alley Cat Games. And actually, we played a prototype before it went on to crowdfunding. So we haven't played the published game yet, but it is definitely one of our favorites that we've played in the last few years.
It was a really well done prototype. So, it was a polished version. So I felt like we got the idea of not only how the game plays, but what it's going to look like and feel like. So this is a sort of dice worker placement game. There's a lot going on in this game, but I think it's really fun.
There's card play, there's tracks, there's lots of ways to score, there's upgrading. Yeah, there's a lot of things in this that I really love, and I think it all works well together.
If you want to check out a quick overview video, you can check that out on our channel. We did that so you can sort of get an understanding of how the game works. But definitely go by the Alley Cat Games booth if you're at Essen and check out Ada's Dream. All right, we ready to... You know what? Before we move on to our top 10 games that we are anticipating, which Melissa has her list and my list, so it's actually 20 games.
So 20 more games.
Right, but before we do that, there are a couple games that came in the mail. We just haven't gotten to the table yet. And 2 of them are a murder mystery. This one's a murder mystery, a dead monkey, and this one's my murder mystery, the Final Protocol. These games are both from Horrible Guild, so we've already had a couple games that we've mentioned from Horrible Guild already, but if we enjoy, like, the murder mystery games, I don't know if to say escape room, but
more of the logic, deduction, solving mysteries, that sort of thing.
These games, I think they're both, they're 5 to 7 players, and they're only one-time use. So you might be able to pass them on to someone out, like another group, but once you know how to play, or what the game is, you can't really play it again unless you forget. And you
because it's a storyline.
It's a storyline, and you're different characters, and you're trying to figure out now. I read some of the rules on these, and it seems like one of you may be the bad guy in there, or you may not know it until like a certain time in the game. But you have everyone has an objective that they're trying to complete, and I'm sure one of them, one of the objectives is going to be like.
Yeah, it does say it's competitive.
Yeah.
We haven't played them yet, but need to get 7 people together.
Yeah,
I'm
thinking. I know it's 5 to 7. What I was reading in the rules, I think it's going to play best if you can get the full complement of characters. So.
So we'll let you know once we've actually played them.
Yeah, and then the other one that we haven't gotten to the table yet, we've been reading the rules, is Paradox Island. This is from Hobby World. This is, I want to say 1 versus many, but it's like a 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 because everyone has their own objective.
So the many are not working together.
Right. And usually in a 1 versus many, you sort of usually are working together. This one, I would say 1 versus many because the 1 is sort of like the creator of the island, and they actually have like a DM screen that has all the island behind them, and they're putting things in different places, and they sort of see everything. I think they're even called like the omnipotent protector or something like that. And they have an objective they're trying to complete, but then everyone else around the table also has an objective, but they don't see the full island.
So there's some logic going on and some deduction.
So
trying
it sounds
to figure
like
out
we would
things.
enjoy it. We like logic deduction games, so before we did this video, we just haven't gotten it to play it yet. But I did want to mention it because I think it would definitely be up our alley. We just need to find the game group to get it to the table to play it. But that's from Hobby World Paradox Island. But without further ado, let's get to our top 10 most anticipated. Number 10. So, like we said, this whole last section is going to be number 10, number 10.
Right, so there's going to be 2 games in each slot.
2 games in each slot, but...
Or more.
Well, no. My number 10 is Seven Wonders Dice. Now, Seven Wonders has been along for quite a number of years. It has the base game, then there's expansions of the base game. There's Seven Wonders Duel, there's Seven Wonders Architect. Why not? Seven Wonders Dice.
Why not?
So this is, I don't know if I would call this a dice game. I would almost call this Seven Wonders Roll and Write.
Okay.
So this is you're going to be drafting dice. You're going to be writing things on your own. It appears to be like a board, not a board, your own player sheet that's going to be trashed at the end of the game. So definitely roll. You're rolling, you're drafting, you're writing on your board. You're using gold to collect the different things that you know that are in Seven Wonders. So seems like it's going to feel like Seven Wonders, but a roll and write version.
Okay. Well, my game is actually 2 games for this
She's already
slot.
cheating.
It's 2 trick-taking games.
There we go.
So they have a common mechanism.
There we go.
The first one is Ghostbumpers from Pegasus Spiel.
Ghosts bowling.
No, like bumper cars.
Like bumper
like you're
cars.
at a carnival fair sort of thing.
Cool.
And this is designed by Marcus and Inca Brand.
That's cool.
Who do a lot of the exit games and other games. I love trick-taking games. I like ones that have interesting twists to them. This one, if you get too many tricks, you might get scared. So I thought it sounded interesting and had a fun theme of monsters at the fair sort of idea.
Cool. What's
the second one is called Movie Tricks.
Oh, I've seen the cover of this one. It's good.
And it's Chili Fox is the publisher for this one. And again, it looked like an interesting trick-taking game. I think the Ghostbumpers plays up to 6, which is a good player count for us. This one plays up to 5.
Okay.
And, movies is a fun theme to begin with. So 2 trick-taking games that caught my eye.
All right.
Number 9. So my number 9 is a game called Behind, and the description just really intrigued me. It basically has 3 scenarios in the box, and each scenario has tiles that you're going to put out on the table, and then you have to figure out how to assemble them and put them together. Kind of like a puzzle, but it's not a jigsaw with interlocking pieces. And there's going to be clues and deduction and things.
And you win if you're behind.
That determine, like, to give you clues of what should be placed next to each other. And then finally you're going to flip them over and look at the other side.
So the name of the game should be Backside.
So you're doing all these clues to put it together and then flip it over and see how well you did. Backside of water. No.
Mine is called Oliva, and Oliva. It's for 1 to 4 players from Pythagoras. It plays probably in about 30 to 45 minutes. This is mainly a card game about olives and olive oil. It's very interesting. You have a grid of cards out in the sort of the main play area. A lot of those are ways to get points. And then you have your own player board, which is it's a quadrant of 4 cards. You have 2 main cards that go on the top, and then you're placing 2 face down cards. When it's your turn, you're flipping a card over, and it could be like, oh, I can turn olives into olive oil, or I can get olives, or things like that. But you're looking at not only your card, but you're looking at your other cards that are face up, and all the other cards that are around the table. And if they have matching cards, like say it's like, I'm going to get an olive. Well, my other card also gives me an olive, but Melissa has 2 olive cards, and that person has an olive card, then I'm actually getting 5 olives.
Ooh, okay.
So it's sort of like, what I'm finding interesting in the game is, I haven't played it yet, but what sounds interesting is, what cards are people going to be playing face down? So you have limited information. You can see some things that are up, but then there's some things that are face down, and yeah, I'm kind of interested in
hoping to
capitalize on, can I figure out what they're trying to do?
I would be very bad at that.
There's cards that let you cull cards from your deck, so there's a lot of like card-based mechanics in the game, and it seems like it plays pretty quick. So yeah, all right. Number 8. So my number 8 is Norsewind from a Porta game that is for 1 to 4 players. Takes about, I think, 30 to 60 minutes to play, which is kind of odd because when I think of a Porta games, I think a little bit longer. Like Revive came out recently, a few years ago. The Magnificent, some pretty chunky games, enjoyable. I really enjoy those games, especially the Magnificent. I really like that one. Norsewind, though, plays a little bit shorter. And you are building a tableau, building your own little sort of village, your Anglo-Saxon village, and you're preparing for Vikings attack. So I don't know personally. I do like games like Kingsburg where they have attacking armies, but I'm not sure how much I'm going to enjoy being attacked or not. See how the game plays, but the theme sounds cool. So Norsewind, tableau building.
All right, my game for this slot is Recall, which is from the same designers and group that did Revive.
Oh, interesting.
And the publisher is Alion, I think, Alion.
So we've sort of connected.
Yeah, sort of synced up here. This game visually does look a lot like Revive.
Recall?
Yes, Recall, Revive. But it focuses a little bit more on engine building and exploration, which I think the other one had some of those elements as well. You have keys that you're trying to use to unlock things, and you have a board that you're exploring, and it looks like lots of tracks and, fun Euro things to do in this interesting world that they've created. That is Recall. Number 7. My number 7 is Night Soil from Grail Games. This is for 2 to 5 players and plays in about an hour and a half. And the theme is...
Yeah, what is the theme?
Basically, you are sanitation workers in Tudor London that are having to clean up the waste.
Trash collectors.
By brown cubes.
Trash collectors.
And you're basically playing cards to be able to move the cubes around and then sending your workers out during the day to try to advertise and make profit. And you want to be the most successful night soil company.
The only other game that I can think of that has trash in it is Power Grid. I'm wondering, let me know in the comments what other games use trash or have trash.
Waste in a... stinky waste.
Yeah. My number here is Orloj, the Prauge Astronomical Clock. Right away, this game draws you in with the amazing artwork and just the aesthetics look really cool. There's a lot going on in this game. 1 to 4 players takes about 1 to 2 hours to play. My guess is probably closer to 2. Looking at the board. But fun little fact, Melissa and I this past summer went on a European trip, and we went to see went on our trip an astronomical clock, not in Prague.
No, in Strasbourg.
In Strasbourg, and it was cool. They tracked the seasons and the years, and we actually got to see part of it move. And you can't really take that much back on a European trip, so we got a little booklet that tells you all the cool little hidden information and history of the clock. So I was also intrigued by this game and looking at the board and the different things going on. So hopefully I'll get a chance to play at some point. Now, if you live in the United States, you may not be able to get your hands on Orloj this year. We believe that Devir will be distributing Orloj sometime in 2026. So look for that.
For North America.
In North America, coming out next year. Number 6. Mine is Echoes of Time from Cranio Creations. This game is for 2 to 4 players. Takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. And the artwork looks pretty cool. Number 1, this is a sort of a hand management card game. The game says it comes with over 100 different unique cards that have different effects on them. So that's cool. As you're building your hand, every game's gonna feel different. And as you build your deck from game to game. So yeah, Echoes of Time looks pretty cool. What about you?
Mine is Canal Houses from Gigamic. This is a light card drafting, basically tableau building game for 2 to 5 players.
Why Canal Houses?
And at the trip that Kevin mentioned earlier, we started our European trip in Amsterdam. So seeing this one on the list and building nice little canal houses, the theme spoke to me. Number 5. My number 5 is Helsing, and this is for 1 to 4 players, plays about an hour and a half, and it's from Fireside Games. Now, the theme is taken from a graphic novel. Okay. Of a reluctant hero pig.
Van Helsing, I'm sure, is in the background somewhere, right?
Yes, he's a reluctant vampire monster hunter.
Okay.
But
pig.
Yes, it has really cute art, graphic novel. But what interested me the most is that there's card crafting in the game with the clear cards that slide
Not
over.
a lot of games out there like that.
So, and this is cooperative, so you're working together to defeat the monsters and complete the goal, and you can upgrade your characters, make them more powerful, obviously upgrade your hand of cards with the card crafting aspect. So I thought I was intrigued by the whole thing.
Mine is Skybridge from Pegasus Spiel and Deep Print. This game is for 2 to 4 players, takes about an hour to an hour and a half to play. You're building a bridge.
In the sky?
In the sky! So your bridge building, everyone has their own, it appears to be a unique power or unique ability is what they say on the BGG list. Now, I don't know exactly how this is all going to work, but it sounds like there's some drafting going on how you build your bridge. Building bridges. Why not? We're playing board games. We're building bridges to people.
And competing.
Trying to build the best bridge. Let's go. Number 4. My number 4 is Etherstone from Thundergriff Games. Etherstone?
I've heard it both ways.
Heard it both ways. And this game is for 2 to 4 players. Takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. This is a card game. You're a faction leader. You are have your hand of cards that you're playing into your tableau. There's drafting going on in order to get cards. You mentioned this, you read some stuff that has some sort of connection to Race Arcana?
I saw that comparison somewhere.
Okay.
I don't
know.
Didn't look into it.
Okay, so if you played Race Arcana, maybe there's some similarities between the two. I like Race Arcana, so I'm interested in Etherstone. What about you?
So mine, to continue with kind of cute games, I have Winnie the Pooh Serious Detectives.
But it's serious.
Yes, serious. This is for 1 to 4 players, plays in about an hour and a half.
Oh, wow. Winnie the Pooh. Going in.
It's basically a cooperative scenario-based game where you're trying to solve mysteries, but they're set in childhood classics like The 100 Acre Woods or Wonderland. And so it's a narrative mystery-solving game.
Yeah.
So it is made for adults.
Okay.
It's not a kid's game. Okay. Kevin's like looking at.
I'm looking at
this.
Yes,
Winnie the Pooh.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
So, and I love mystery solving. So, again, intrigued. Number 3. My number 3 is the Royal Society of Archeology from Hutch Games. It's for 1 to 4 players, plays in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's kind of like what it sounds like, turn of the century archaeology, worker placement game, some set collection, all about the Archeology Society. So it kind of has that interesting flavor and art to it. And I don't know, those sort of themes just usually interest me.
That sounds interesting. Yeah, I'll be interested in playing that someday. Mine is Bohemians. This is from Portal Games. It's a game for 1 to 4 players and takes about 45 to 60 minutes. My computer's right here. 45 to 60 minutes to play. This is a game where you're an artist walking down the streets of Paris.
The art looked very nice in it.
I hope so. It's about art. It's the whole thing is about art. It's a card-driven game. So Portal, usually Portal does great in not only making the game look cool, but also it's good gameplay. So I'm interested in playing Bohemians. I did hear that the prototype won a bunch of awards already.
Oh, okay.
So seems like it's already got some groundswell going. So looking forward to checking out Bohemians from Portal Games. Number 2. Countryside is the one I picked for this one. This is for 1 to 4 players and takes about an hour to play. It's all about building your best farm.
Okay.
So you're in the countryside and you're a farmer and you are collecting cards and it's a set collection type game and you're growing your farmland, trying to be the best out there. The box cover looks cool. That's what sort of drew me into this one. But yeah, I'm excited to try country. I mean, for some reason, the farming themes.
Pastoral farming.
Right.
Okay. Well, my number 2 also involves animals, sort of. It is Aquaria.
Okay.
This is from Delicious Games.
Farming fish.
And for 1 to 4 players, plays in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now, this is from the same designer who did SETI and Galileo Galilei. So we are talking a medium plus Euro game. It has worker placement, and basically you are collecting fish to put into your aquarium.
It's Delicious
There's
Games.
Cards. There's lots of like chaining and comboing.
Might as well just get an aquarium and do it yourself.
No. I think playing a card game is much more fun than dealing with fish and water and salt and leaks and all of that sort of thing. So Aquaria, interesting theme and a designer who's done some great work. So take a look for that at Delicious Games. Number 1. My most anticipated Essen 2025 game is Kingdom Crossing from Sorry We Are French. This is for 1 to 4 players, plays in about an hour, hour and a half, and it has really cute animals in it. It's like the Beaver Kingdom, and the Queen Beaver needs you to make a new bridge. So this game is
bridge builders.
Another bridge building game. This is based on the 7 Bridges of Koenigsberg.
Oh.
That famous problem about crossing the bridges.
Okay.
And so throughout the game, you cross bridges to do things, but you can't recross the same bridge during the same day. So you're trying to get the resources you need and be efficient, but you can kind of get yourself in trouble if you haven't used those bridges wisely. So It looked like it had really nice components and cute artwork and kind of a puzzle aspect with deciding how to cross those bridges.
Well, my number 1 is Wispwood from CGE. This is for 1 to 4 players and takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. It's sort of set in a magical place where wisps are floating around. The game has sort of drafting tiles that have wisps on them, but I think there's also forest tiles. You're building your own grid of tiles, but there's some pattern building that's going on into that grid that you're building. The wisps have certain goals that they're trying to achieve. I'm assuming where they're being placed or things like that. But then it sounds like from round to round, the forest changes. Ooh. So I'm not sure how that all works in the game, but it sounds really fun. And the theme's kind of cute and enjoyable with like the magical place with wisps. So, and CGE usually does really good with like the strategy games that they put out. So.
All right. Did we have any honorable mentions or anything else we wanted to add?
You know what? There was one honorable mention I think that I wanted to bring out. Thank you. We had some expansions first. We've enjoyed Castle Combo a lot with our group.
Castle Combo is one of my favorite small box games. Yeah. It's getting an expansion.
It's getting an expansion. Lord of the Rings Duel, which has been very popular, is getting an Allies expansion. And then Windmill Valley.
Oh, yep. Really enjoy Windmill Valley. It's right
might
there.
Not be able to see it. It's right there. Windmill Valley. That's getting the Blooming Sails expansion. So excited about that. Those are expansions. And then one other honorable mention is called Twisted Trumpets from Play to Z.
Oh, and we had an opportunity to see this game at Tantrum Con, the convention that we put on, when it was in prototype form.
Yep, and actually we sort of have a time or an event where designers can sort of show off their prototypes to different publishers. We call it Pitch Tank, sort of like think Shark Tank, but with pitching them to publishers. And Twisted Trumpets was actually pitched to the publishers, and Play to Z was there. And I don't know if they signed it that during Tantrum Con, but I know that they asked to see it later. So
it was at least an open door.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool to see it sort of like not in its infancy, but sort of at its beginnings, and see that it's actually going to be available.
That is cool. Cool story. Yeah. Beginning to end. So unfortunately, this is the end of our video. 30 plus games that we've talked about. We will not be at Essen. Actually, no one from Tantrum House this year will be at Essen. It just didn't work out. So we are sorry. We're not going to be able to see any of you who are attending, but maybe next year. Yeah. We do have a question, though. Yeah. What is it?
We would love for you to tell us in the comment section after you like this video what your most anticipated Spiel game is going to be. So, like, what are you looking forward to? Has it been one of the games that we mentioned on our list? I mean, there's good chances.
I had 80 games starred, and then I had to whittle it down to 10-ish. So there are a lot of great games coming out.
So let us know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Oh, and if you're still watching, our Tantrum House Kickstarter Season 12 is still going live until Tuesday, October, I think, the 14th. So, yeah, I would love for your support.
Get some promos.